everyone. This is Nick Marty with Bearded Bites and Breakdowns. This is a podcast about mom and pop food reviews. We're talking about all across the state of Florida, maybe outside the state of Florida if we're traveling. And this is about breakdowns and sports takes, movie reviews, shows, whatever y'all want to talk about. Don't talk about politics because I don't want to hear about it. All right. So with that being said, just wanted to do a couple quick shout outs real quick. Roman Kane from the Orange Bowl Boys. I appreciate your help. You guys inspired me to do this. Cole Jackson, Road Graders. You inspired me to do this too. And he's on the collective with Bobby Trossett and Jessica Rebeck. Sarah Ellison, Bobby Trossett with the Vault, the Ravens Vault, Samuel Njoku. Appreciate you always having sports takes in the Ravens group chats when we were in there together. And I'm proud that you're doing big things. And I see you always, doing your podcast and always your takes on Twitter and stuff or X. And, just wanted to appreciate everybody, that inspired me to do this because there's two things I love about life, and that's sports and food, and they go together like peanut butter and jelly. So, just wanted to, go ahead and do this show today because we were going to do one starting next week. Next week will be the official long winded type of show. We're going to go ahead and have like actual food review on. We'll actually have food review on that show. We will go ahead and, give our take on, what's good. I'm not going to sit there and, lie to you about it. If it sucks, it sucks. If it's good, it's good. That's why we're going to be doing this. I feel like a lot of people kind of sugar things because they don't want the owner mad at them or whatever, but I really don't give a damn. So with that being said, though, we're doing a special show today because this man that I'm about to bring in, my future brother-in-law, Andre. Dre, thanks for calling me last night. I'm just, wanted to go ahead and, appreciate you calling me because I wasn't, watching or looking on my phone at all. We were watching a actual show, me and Heather, and you called me up with that great news that I couldn't even believe. I'm still shell shocked. How about you?
Man, it's like you said last night, man. Early Christmas present. No, I feel like we made the right move. We didn't give up too much, but we gave just enough. To fill that void that we've been looking for. We had our pass rush was trash last year, and hopefully Crosby can come up and fill that void.
What do you think of EDC actually pulling the trigger and actually like going ahead and acting like he's like on damn South Park with with the big ass balls and sitting there put him in a damn wheelbarrow today? Because I mean that took a lot of guts and a lot of cojones to go ahead and pull that trade that he did last night.
Man, all I can say is about damn time, man. And, we haven't been aggressive the last few years about getting the right players we need, and I think this year hopefully this year he continues this trend. Hopefully this ain't just the only deal that that we get that we actually need.
Well, listen, I was looking on Twitter yesterday, and Lamar hinted at something. The last time he hinted at something like that, he ended up signing about 2 days later. a contract extension. He didn't officially do his contract extension until he didn't like pen the paper until like May 4th. But he announced that something on Twitter around April 25th of 2023 or so, and then he announced, then they announced it about 2 days later. So, and I was waiting for something to go down, and I was like, nah, nothing's gonna happen. If it hasn't happened at 8 o'clock yet, it probably not gonna happen at later on. And I'm so glad you called, because as soon as I saw you call and you told me about it, I looked while you're on the phone with me, and my buddy Jay was like, he's like, Nick, like he tweets to me, like it texts to me and everything like that. He's like, Nick, look at this. And I was like, no freaking way, dude. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, EDC actually trade picks away. Like, we actually traded for somebody that was like really good, and he's not like, he's got like 2 years left in his damn prime or whatever, like he's still in his prime,
Definitely. It like you say, like usually we get these. It's usually always a receiver or a corner that's I ain't gonna say washed up, but pretty much at the end of their career. You know what I'm saying? For a while, we were the team where receivers come to end their careers.
Yeah, man. And the crazy thing is, I was like, okay, maybe we have a chance to get Ruben Bain. Maybe we get Malgoa. I didn't want no damn Penn State player. We've had some bad luck with Penn State players, bro. Like, and then people were like, oh, we should draft Caleb Banks, out of Florida. And I'm like, no, I don't want him. I don't want another Florida player, dude. I don't want no Matt Elam again, all over again, dude. Matt Elam. Like, why? What do people honestly think that you think you can get somebody that's going to be worth a darn from the University of Florida? And I know you're a Gator fan. I'm not trying to bash you right.
But I say don't pick them team, man. Don't pick them team.
I'm not going to pick on your team right now, brother. But I'm just saying, like, it's one of those things where you're telling me that, hey, let's draft this guard from Penn State. Why? Why would I draft a guard from Penn State in the first round? Yeah, he may be dominant. He may not. I mean, listen, you're getting a player that is guaranteed now a workaholic, okay? And Max is a workaholic. He loves the game of football, okay? He eats and breathes football, okay? He sleeps football. My thing is when it comes to him, now we have a closer. Now we have like a Mo Rivera in the fourth quarter where, hey, we need a strip sack, fumble, or somebody to cause some mayhem and just wreck a game. This is the guy, This is the guy. And I'm so glad we traded our first round picks. I can't wait to see what we're going to do in the draft. But I also know that we still got to address the offensive line.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Because Lamar has minimum protection back there. Last year he was sacked more than he was in any other year that he's been there.
Last year he at the one point in his during the season, he had more sacks than he did the entire season the year before. So when you're talking about a guy that needs protected, who can pick teams apart if it gets the time, and then his guys get open because he makes things happen with his feet. And let's face it, he wasn't healthy going into the season because he had somebody fall on him, and I'm pretty sure they weren't telling the truth about that injury, and I'm hoping and praying that we get Metabike back this year. It sounds to me like multiple reports, where I've heard from Coach Jason Brown on his show, and Bobby Trossett reported it last week when he was at the combine that he's hearing that Metabike is going to play, and that is a huge boost if he can play. I just hope he doesn't try to risk it, because living a good life without having to worry about, hey, am I paralyzed? Am I this? And am I that? Like you don't want to have any regret as a football player because, give me an example. Like I didn't reach it to the top pinnacle of, the top level of, football, but, when you get hurt, you're not gonna feel the same, and I really hope, a neck injury is a little bit tricky. You see with wrestlers and other guys that have regrets because they got the surgery or whatever. And I'm really hoping to see him back in a Ravens uniform, but I also hope it's in the right framework of the right mind of, hey, you're don't risk your future, just because you want to play the game. If the game is good to you, but that's the bad thing about football. Me and you both know the game of football, it will never love you back.
Mm.
You will love the game, but it will never love you back. But
Nope.
so who do you want now in free agency? And do you think Lamar's extension is going to be coming soon? It's got to be coming soon, right?
Yeah, most definitely, man. I feel like Lamar feels like Baltimore is home, man. Like we're the one team that took the chance on him. You look at like when he came into the draft, they were trying to get him to switch positions, you know, and we came in, we said, look, we want you to play quarterback. So I feel like that's that to him was like, man, this is where I belong. But who I want, that's a tricky question, man. We definitely need we need at least one receiver. I was hoping they were going to bring Likely back so we could have that duo, that duo of tight ends, him and Andrews, back to back. Because with them two, man, it's like you never know what you're going to get. And then we got Derrick Henry. Our running game ain't too bad. You know, but like you said, we need an O line, to make all that offensive magic work. If we don't draft good or even trade good for an O line, I don't see none of this happening. Because I feel like it'll be just like last year. If Lamar keeps getting sacked, multiple times a game, he's not going to stay healthy. It's
Right.
I just don't see it. But a receiver, let me think.
Listen,
I would say,
I'm going to tell you. I'm gonna. Sorry to interrupt you, but
no, you good.
I'm going to give you who I want for wide receiver, and that's Mike Evans. Like
Yes.
I don't know if we can afford him. I don't know if we can get him. I don't know. I don't know what his plans are, but I would die on a hill. I will join Cole Jackson, okay, from Road Graders, and jumping in the harbor because he said he would jump in the harbor in downtown Baltimore if we traded for Max Crosby. So I will join him, okay, and I will do it in a United States flag speedo and jump in that damn Inner Harbor if we got Mike Evans, brother. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like I will drive up there. Me and you will drive up there, and I will jump in that Inner Harbor. I just hope I don't get arrested. All right.
Yeah, I'll record for you.
That's who I want, though.
Yeah, he would definitely that he's a big playmaker, man. And
Big wide receiver that we haven't had, man.
yeah, with a receiver with that caliber of with talent, man. Yeah, it'll be an explosive year. We just need that O line.
Well,
That's all we need.
well, let me ask you this: for receiver wise, who would you want? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Who would you want in in a so who would you rather have? Would you rather have uh like Debo, Samuel, or some of these guys? Like, would you want Hollywood Brown back?
Uh, no, I mean Hollywood Browns. He got better than what he was when he was with us, but I wouldn't want him back. I would if it was me, I would pick Debo Samuel over him, or even maybe not even Stephon Diggs.
Stefan is a little tricky because
Yeah,
he's got those allegations against him, and
yeah,
I feel like we're not going to touch him, but I feel like he would fit in because he gets open. He
yeah,
can still get open. He's a great route runner, catches the ball, everything. He was a great great team player with New England this past year. Me, yeah, he would be great in a way, but we gotta wait and see what happens with all this alleged stuff that's going on with him.
yeah.
Uh, there's guys out there that I feel like are gonna get cut probably a little bit late. Like for likely, if he doesn't come back, I hope he comes back for like a 1 year deal, like
Yeah.
a 1 year prove it deal. But I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to chase the bag. I don't know if we're going to offer him anything more than what he wants, and I feel like it's going to be kind of like a Darius Thomas type thing, where it's like someone's going to overpay him, and he might not produce like he would. But I really hope he does because I like Likely.
Yeah.
He's very good. I liked him when he was coming out of college. Emery Hunt was saying like he was a dark horse draft pick when he came out, and my whole thing is when it comes to him, we gotta replace him with somebody, and to me, I would love to get possibly David Njoku, who
Yeah.
has who's had a rough career with the Browns. He's had up and down seasons where he's been productive, he's been non-productive, he's been injured and stuff like that. I feel like he needs a fresh coat of paint, and he might be able to work out with that. To me, O line, we need to address the interior line. I would like to get, maybe, like Vera Tucker or somebody like that at guard, but Vera Tucker is also injury prone, just like that's why I was like hoping to get Jalen Phillips. But then I'm like, do you really want to sign him to a big deal? He's got a long history of injuries and stuff. He medically retired in college, because the injuries that he had, and then he went to Miami and balled out and everything. So, what's your take on, what needs we might need for free agency and the draft?
Um, I think we need some interior, not interior, but some exterior for our defense.
Yeah,
I think we need another corner.
yeah, we
I mean,
definitely need another corner.
because I don't think what's his face should be playing corner, outside linebacker, safety, you know what I'm saying, inside linebacker. Like it's good in a way, but at the same time, it's stretching them too thin. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Hamilton doesn't, he's a key player for us, so we should keep him to a minimum. Just keep him if we could put him at safety, maybe at corner. If there's a receiver that's you know like I actually know we shouldn't even have to do that. Like our corner should be able to handle the heat of what any team throws at us.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, having Nate Wiggins as about 9 yards back from the damn wide receiver doesn't help things.
No.
Uh, Wiggins needs to be up on the guy. All of our corners need to be up on the guy. And then like Rod Woodson, he kind of pointed out, like we were doing we were focusing on the hip, the point of the hip, and not the shoulder. The shoulder seems to be a better technique with that. They did not they did not do that technique. They went away from it. They went with this different one. I don't know why Harbs went with that one, with that technique. I feel like it hurt Marlon Humphrey, even though Marlon's not, he doesn't have speed anymore, but he's more of a physical kind of guy, and that's why he needs to play up on the guy so he can jam him, And that was the thing that, like, I don't understand why we got our guys giving them such a big cushion. Like, who cares if they're gonna beat us deep? If they catch the ball and we can't tackle them because we're 20 yards off the ball, it ain't gonna matter.
Yeah, we're still going to get roasted either way. I agree. I don't like how they played that soft coverage all last year. Like it totally takes away from what the Ravens defense is really all about. Like in the past, I want to say like the past 2 years, like it hasn't been that physical, uptight Ravens defense that has always been.
Yeah, you're right on that. My thing is the defense needs to get back to the way it was. O-line, I feel like the coaching is going to be incredibly difference maker, no matter who you plug and play on that. I mean, Emory Jones, I feel like, is going to have another year in the weight room and actually have a full off season where he's in the weight room. He's not going to rehab the shoulder and not have to worry about rehabbing the shoulder. Guys like, in the draft, I don't know, name a couple guys in the draft that you're wanting and like your dream list, like who you're wanting in that second, third, fourth, and the fifth. We have like 3 or 4 fifth-round picks. Who name some of the guys that you might want to see in a Ravens uniform?
I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't really paid attention to the draft.
Okay. Well, at least you're honest about it. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. One of my favorite guys, and because me being a Miami Hurricane fan, Inez Cooper. He's a guard. He's big. He's about 6'6", over 330. Has good hands, has good feet, has improved every year since he went to Miami. He was so overweight. He was like 400 pounds, and now he's like, 330, 350 or so, and he has improved. But Emory Hunt did tell me that, he said he answered my question on the vault. My question that I asked him was, why isn't he not talked about enough? And he says that he tends to lean on guys too much. Well, to me, I want my O line to lean on a guy. Sometimes you gotta lean on them. That's how you make them tired.
Yeah.
Like I said though, Jacoby Thomas, played safety. Played that star role. Him and Keontae Scott. They're both difference makers when it comes to hey, we need a play, and they'll get the interception and return it for a touchdown, or get a fumble, strip a ball, tip a ball, do something to cause a little bit of mayhem. We need somebody like that. Jacob Rodriguez out of Texas Tech, the linebacker. He intrigues me because he kind of reminds me of when Nick Nobito for the Denver Broncos, when he came out of St. Thomas Aquinas, and he would always make big plays. You know, he'd always make big plays. He stripped the ball. He'd go ahead and, you know, just be around the ball. He's got a nose for the football. That's what Jacob Rodriguez does. He gets the ball at the right times. He'll strip the ball. I mean, he had like I think like 7 forced fumbles or something like that this year. He is one of those guys where he's a smart ball player. He kind of reminds me of Milano in a way, you know, just really annoying and just ends up going ahead and making a play at the right time when you need a play on defense, you know. So that's you know that those are those you know guys that I would want on defense. You got and you know with Inez Cooper and Markel Bell, you know I kind of want the Iowa center because he's got the crazy damn mullet. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it flows beautifully. Like like I mean it's gorgeous. It's something to it's something like it's a national treasure. Okay. Um but you know, just you know, wrapping everything up, man, like just, you know, on this take of, you know, what happened last night. I could not go to sleep. I didn't go to sleep until about 1:30 in the morning because I was so damn happy. I was like ecstatic. And I'm wondering what number he's going to wear because, you know, Travis Jones is 98. You know,
He'll probably wear 90 or something like that.
I hope he wears 99. You know,
Oh.
but you
Well,
know, I hope
what? Yeah, we don't have a 99 anymore.
no,
Oh,
because
we left.
yeah, Elway left. What do you think? Now, let me ask you this real quick before we leave. Um, do you think that this might help bring in more free agents on like guys that haven't won one, that are just wanting to chase the ring, maybe take a little bit of a pay cut just to come here to play with Lamar, play with Max, play with Derrick Henry? I mean, what do you think on that?
I think this is the year, man. You know, I say it every year, but I think this is the year. I think that move is going to draw these guys in. Like, you know, dang, Max really went to the Ravens, and you think about it, every year we're favored to be in the picture, and we always fall short. But I feel like with that move, it's going to start a wave. You know, we might not get a you know a boatload of you know people that you know that's going to jump on the ship, but I think it's gonna do the right amount of justice that we need.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be some things that we need to address. Though we need to draft another running back. We need to
Yeah,
draft a game changing receiver if we can't get one in the free agency. We need to make sure we have enough O line and DBs, uh, and we need to beef up that trench on defense.
yeah.
Linebacker would be great to get another linebacker. I know we're going to probably get a third safety. You know, there's guys like Justin Simmons that didn't even play last year.
Mm.
And I feel like the safety free agency is so deep this year that we have the pick of the litter. You know, we just got to see who fits. We need guys that are going to be team players and everything like that. And you know, we'll go ahead and you know go from there. But you know, to me, that's what needs to happen this offseason. I feel like, you know, they overreact with Lamar not showing up to OTAs and everything. And like Allen Iverson said, what are we talking about? We talking about practice? Come on. Like practice? Seriously? Like, come on, man. Like it's you're not even hitting in the damn practice on the OTAs. You in probably shorts and a helmet. You know,
Throwing the
like
ball.
he could do that damn in Florida. Save his flying miles. You know what I mean? Like why? Like why? You know, like nowadays with technology, you don't even need an actual like you don't even actually need to be there. Like you could just see everything on your iPad, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, they got Zoom and all that other crap too, you know? So,
Yep.
hey, just a side note too. I know we're heavy on the Ravens and stuff and all that, but you know, From is coming back out you know, later this month, I believe, or April or something like that, right?
Yeah, and I can't wait.
Oh my God. Listen, people, if you haven't seen the show From, now's your chance. Go on what is it, MGM
Yeah, NBA.
Plus? Yeah, go to MGM Plus, download that damn app, and go watch From. I'm telling you, it is a crazy ass show. You won't believe it. Like you will be hooked. So shout out to them for making such a damn good show. And
Yeah.
listen, any parting you know, uh like things to say before you leave and before I get off of here?
Another show. I don't know if y'all are into the monsters, like Godzilla and all that, but Monarch, Monsters of Legacy, whatever it is,
Yeah.
the new season came out. It's pretty
Okay.
good.
Did they get better? Because
Yeah.
I only watched the first season and I couldn't finish it. I was just like, when are they gonna show Godzilla or King Kong? Like
See,
what
that's
the
the
hell?
thing. That's the thing. Once they start showing the monsters, it picks up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good one to watch.
Listen, a good show to watch too. We're the Netflix kind of screwed us up and only had half the season of Outlander. Outlander is a basically you know, a chick movie, but or a chick show, but you know, I watch it with Heather. It's a very interesting show because it's about time travel and all that stuff. It's like, man, it makes you go, damn, how would you handle that? You know, like how would you handle time traveling and all that good jazz? You know, um, I just I look at it as like, hey, it's a good show to watch with your missus, you know, and I tell you, it's don't watch it with the kids around though. Don't watch it with the kids around. It's not a good thing. But hey, I appreciate you hopping on. Appreciate you doing this with me. I look forward to doing this with you more. And you know, hey, look, like and subscribe. Go to our Facebook page, Bearded Bites and Breakdowns. Go to the YouTube channel on Bearded Bites and Breakdowns, and you'll see us around more. All right, y'all have a
All
good
right.
one.
All
Peace
right.
out.
Peace.